from the Twin Cities. This is the Fox 9 Morning News.
M.A.
I know, I almost forgot about Friday Dance-Off. It's my one aerobic moment of the week. You can get real aerobic running around trying all the wines, some 350 of them at this week's Food and Wine Experience. Coming up, we're at 7 Restaurant in downtown Minneapolis. We're going to teach you how to pair some wines with some cheese, please. That's coming up.
8:40, it is a delicious weekend at Target Field.
The Food and Wine Experience is now moving into the Twins ballpark this year, featuring the same great food and drink. Emma's been showing that to us all morning long. She's got a preview from 7 Restaurant in downtown Minneapolis. Emma.
Yes, 7 is one of the many restaurants represented this weekend, and yes, it's the same great experience except on a little smaller scale. There's about 1/3 of the number of people, so that's more chances for you to get intimate with the winemakers and the chefs that are there and really learn some things. By the way, Saturday is sold out. There are still tickets for Sunday. We're going to talk about pairings right now. I'm with Roy Goslin from Z Wines. And well, before we get to the Z Wines, and I'll let you brag on your wines a little bit, we're going to show the sushi. 7 Restaurant is going to have some sushi and some meat items from their steakhouse. They recommend sake, of course, if you're going to have sushi, but in this context, perhaps a Sauvignon Blanc would pair nicely. Now we're going to move on to some cheeses. And before we do that, talk about your part of the country.
Well, yeah, our part of the world is South Africa, and we think we make incredibly good value wines. And I think, you know, we think that value for money, we probably make some of the best wines in the world.
And you have been making great wine for
a long time, 350 years. We have a great wine tradition. And we don't, you know, actually don't think of wine as beverage. We think of wine as a food product.
Oh,
so
I know
when
some people who think that way also.
Absolutely. You put wine on the table, or you put food on the table, a bottle of wine should be there to go with
it. It's like fruit, grapes. It's
there
like,
we go.
It's like getting
Absolutely.
It's like getting a serving of fruit, and I believe the Surgeon General does recommend getting your servings of fruit.
Yep.
We'll talk about some of the cheeses.
Belgioso.
Gioioso.
There we go. Okay.
Well, Wisconsin.
What we have here, we actually have some really nice, and this particular package is very innovative. This is an unwrap and roll cheese. So
it's a mozzarella.
Mozzarella. You unwrap that and you fill that. The cheese is a really good carrier. It's mild. Put some tomato and some basil, some olive oil, some balsamic vinegar, a little bit of black pepper. Roll it back up. Cut it into slices. It'd be great, and it works well with both these wines. Here we've got a strong cheese. This is a creamy gorgonzola, and this cheese works with just about any wine. It's absolutely gorgeous.
You think red or white?
Red or white, yeah. I think it'll go with just about anything. The other 2 cheeses are an Asiago and a Grana Padano. We thought that the Asiago worked well with the white wines, the Grana Padano not as well. And we thought, we actually opened a couple of bottles of red, and both cheeses worked very, very well with the red wine. So.
Thank you, Emma.